Hello and welcome back to You Can Cook, filming in our brand new demonstration kitchen here at Pittsfield Community Television. My name is Lisa Kuczarski. I'm a registered and licensed dietitian nutritionist at Berkshire Health Systems Operation Better Start. I work with young people and their families to help them make healthy lifestyle changes. We're here today through a Carol M. White Pittsfield CAN grant. The CAN stands for Connecting Activity and Nutrition. The grant includes partnerships with the Pittsfield Public Schools, the Pittsfield Y, and Pittsfield Community Television. Pittsfield CAN has enabled us to bring nutrition education to the students of the Pittsfield Public Schools. Today we're returning with our cooking series to show you how good nutrition can be fun and easy. And I have here with me today our chef in schools, Chef Tom Tenuta, and we're also thrilled to have Reid Middle School students Marisa, Kaytlyn, and Brett with us to help us cook today. So on our last show, we just talked about the importance of breakfast and how to start your day up right and by powering up for breakfast. And we're in a new season now, so we thought we'd talk about harvest foods, favorite fall foods, and tips to make them healthier. So do you guys have favorite fall foods?
I like pumpkin bread.
Pumpkin bread.
Pumpkin
That's
bread.
yummy. How about you,
I'm all
Kaytlyn?
for the mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes?
Mashed sweet potatoes.
Well, I really like pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. Yeah, I think of fall when I think of pumpkin pie. That's a delicious. How about some of the other foods we think of with fall? Chef Tom, what
What
are we
else?
going to be making today?
Today we're going to be making maple roasted sweet potatoes using some local maple syrup. Everyone like maple syrup here?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Maple
On your
syrup
sweet
always
potatoes?
makes
Mm.
things
My
taste
grandma
good.
makes it homemade.
yeah. Nice. You're lucky. That's great. All right.
Okay, well, when we think about sweet potatoes, they're not a local food, but they are grown in the ground like a potato, and they are, being that they're such a bright orange like this, they're high in potassium, and they're also high in vitamin A. They're very rich in vitamin A, actually, so it's a look-good food for us to be eating. And as far as the density in nutrition, they have more nutrient density than white potatoes. So if we can shift to that food, we're better off. So maybe if you don't like them or aren't sure.
A little sketchy?
Yeah.
The sweet
I'm
potatoes?
sorry.
How come? Why? Why?
I'm sorry.
Why? How come?
I don't really have a reason. I just never liked the taste.
Okay, well maybe we'll find a new way. It's always about
We'll
experimenting.
have to taste it
right?
today and see what you think.
Okay. So let's
All
see what
right.
we're going to do.
So our recipe, maple roasted sweet potatoes. We're going to start out with 2.5 pounds of sweet potatoes peeled. Marisa will start peeling our potatoes. Once you have the sweet potato peeled, 2.5 pounds is about 8 cups. Sweet potatoes range from many varieties, thin tubular to, as you can see, thick like a baking potato. Once your potato is peeled, we'll dice it into about 1.5 inch dices. So cut down on your potato, cut it into slabs,
Oops, so easy.
and then we'll cut it into dices. Now, Kaytlyn's going to start measuring out the rest of our ingredients, which is 1/3 cup of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and some salt and pepper to taste. All right, so go ahead, start doing that. And let's put the sweet potatoes into the bowl, Brett. Yep, start measuring all these into the bowl. Go ahead, you can dump all these right into the bowl. And you can just start dumping those into the sweet potatoes.
Chef Tom, what's going to happen with that maple syrup while they're roasting?
So that maple syrup is going to caramelize. So you'll get a nice nutty taste.
What do we mean by caramelize?
And so the sugars in that, essentially with heat, just start to take on a new flavor. All right.
Roasting is an easy way to cook a lot of our fall vegetables, isn't
Yep,
it? And it's
we
good
can-
for nutrient retention as well.
Go ahead, we'll add that right to it. This is a nice easy recipe. Pour it right in. Good. All right.
So how are
And
we
next.
doing over here?
And peeling. Now, when we're peeling the sweet potatoes, see how, keep going. See how we have a little white there? And notice the difference in color? Now peel through the white
I was
again.
curious about that.
You want to peel right through that white and get to the nice orange, because they'll brown. So keep going with the rest of the ingredients. Let's have 2 tablespoons of melted butter, or melted butter. Here we go. 2 tablespoons. Go ahead, put it right in there. Yeah, dip it in there.
Actually, also, the other good thing about sweet potatoes is they're high in fiber without eating the skin. There's a white potato, we eat the skin to get the extra fiber, but a sweet potato, we're actually getting the fiber right in this beautiful
Right.
orange flesh.
And next is a tablespoon of lemon juice for some acidity, which wakes up your taste buds. Right here, lemon juice. And then Brett's gonna, little salt and pepper sprinkle in there to taste.
After,
Yeah, right now, go ahead. We're gonna put it all into one big bowl. We're gonna mix it all together.
how much you want me to put in?
Keep going, keep going. Couple
There we
pinches.
go.
I can't hear 'em. All right,
That's looking
good. All right, great. You can put your 2 teaspoons of lemon juice in there. And then once we have all the ingredients put together, we're gonna mix everything together in a bowl, put it into a casserole dish. We'll bake it for about 45 minutes to an hour until your potatoes are tender. You could take a little knife, dip it through, and as long as there's no resistance in the potatoes, you're done. And what we
just
have,
might be seeing what that's going to look like. It
is
smells
a nice
so
hot
good.
tray of sweet potatoes.
This is something you could actually make ahead of time, right?
Yep.
Easy
You
enough
can
to
make ahead of
rewarm.
time and reheat. All right. And we're going to give them a taste.
Do I put
What do you
that
think? A little bit of salt in there, yeah.
No, this.
Pepper.
That's the pepper, yeah.
That's the
pepper's
pepper.
Okay.
All right, so to the non-believers and sweet potato right here. We have one. Go ahead, you can stop peeling now. Yeah, how's that? Here's a fork. There you go.
And so this is one of our bright
I'm gonna have to-
colored
ready?
vegetables
There you go.
that
Good.
we
Nice
can
work.
get in our diet to get that vitamin A in there and the potassium, of course.
Go ahead. Smells interesting. There we go.
Interesting.
Ah,
That's a hopeful sign.
better than that yuck face we had earlier. Oh. Hey, all right. Give it a taste.
I'm scared.
It's be all right. We've got paramedics out back ready for you just in case.
Try it first, Brett.
All right.
Go.
Good? Ah, one good. And you, non-believer. All right?
Well, I'm just saying. I've
What do you
never had
think?
it- I've never had it like this before.
And how do you like it? Pretty good. Yeah. Oh, that's good. I'll take it. We'll take that.
We'll take that.
Better.
Better. All right.
Okay.
That's
All
what we
right.
like. We're going to take it. So nice and easy, quick recipe for the fall and for the holidays. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, a lot of times people at the holidays, they make sweet potatoes with what? What do you see in the magazines? Those casseroles with what on top?
Sweet potatoes.
No, they put marshmallows on top.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's not what we would want to promote here, right?
No.
So we would just put like this little bit of maple syrup, which is not a lot of added sugars. So, for today, we just showed you how to put together an easy sweet potato casserole. And what other recipes do we have, Chef Tom?
Next
that we should
we'll be
trying?
doing a apple crisp.
That's definitely a food that we think
know.
of when we think of fall.
Yeah,
And
a
what's
healthier
the-
version.
What's the difference between apple crisp and apple pie?
An apple pie. Good.
Oh.
Brett.
So apple pie is kind of like a big pie, and then like apple crisp is like a smaller version, kind of. The way I think of
Almost.
it.
Yeah, it depends. Anyone else?
I guess the apples are like they're sliced differently.
They could be.
Marisa?
Good.
They're both good.
both
Nice.
good,
Good answer.
right?
Good
Right.
answer. Well, a pie, we have a top crust and a bottom crust sometimes on those big apple pies. A crisp might be done in a casserole pan with maybe little oats and sugar on top.
And keep in
Wow.
mind,
Look at this is. She didn't like sweet potatoes.
right.
You did a nice job.
So keep in mind when we take away that top crust and bottom crust, which are usually made with butter, shortening, or lard, or something like that, which has a lot of fat, we are lightening up that apple product. So apples can definitely be a healthy dessert, a healthy fall food, but we just want to lighten it up with a little bit less crusts, right?
Yep.
So, and then we can add some flavorful, healthy ingredients too. So, what are we going to do with the apples? How are we going to start?
So, with this recipe, go right into it. We have a lot of ingredients for this. Right.
Look at that. But still simple enough, I think, for
Very
everybody
simple. We can
to
all
do.
put together.
Do we want to move this? Mm-hmm. Okay. And can I say another fact about apples?
Yeah.
Okay. So when we
Let's
have
do
these
this.
perfect apples that we
Put
might see
this.
at the grocery store, Chef Tom and I were saying before the class that those sometimes, if you eat the peels on them, in order to get the fiber, you're getting some of the, possibly the pesticides. So maybe if you want to get that fiber in and eat the whole apple and use that skin, it would be better to go organic if you can, right?
Yeah.
Or something from a neighbor or from your backyard.
Yeah, which these apples are from. My backyard. All right. So our recipe today, we're gonna start off with apples, peeled, right? Similar to the way you peeled the potatoes earlier. Peeled, cored, and cut. And you can do this ahead of time, the day before. You put your apples in your refrigerator, they brown a little, that doesn't matter. They're gonna get brown anyways after they cook. There's nothing wrong with that. So to start our recipe, we have our apples peeled, cored, great. Then we need to have our apples sliced. So we have them peeled, cored, sliced.
And it's okay if they turn brown like that, right?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. All that is air getting to the apples.
Okay, sometimes people
that's it.
wonder.
All right,
Okay.
the next step, our apples, we're gonna need to coat our apples with a little bit of whole wheat flour. Just put a dash in there. There you go, a little more, go ahead.
Now, using the whole wheat flour is one way we can make this healthier. Whole grains.
Yeah, a little more. We're gonna use half a cup of sugar in the apples.
Have you ever made apple crisp?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, you can dump that in.
So far this looks like it's
That's
gonna be
good.
really sweet.
That's good. Some cinnamon. Well, we're gonna feed you could feed 20 people with that.
And you can adjust the sugar, right?
Yeah, you can adjust it
that
a little
won't-
less.
that won't affect the
Depends what
outcome.
type of apples you use, whether they're gonna be very sweet or not. We're gonna put in half a cup of water,
Oh, why the water, Chef Tom?
just to add some moisture, because when we put the crisp on, it's gonna suck up a lot of the moisture and flavor of the apples. All right, next, so now, you can mix that up. Yes, with your hands. How about that? And then you can go wash them afterwards. So go ahead, get right in there. Get right in there. That's it. Come on. Next,
If I flip into the apple,
crisp.
I
Let's do
think-
the crisp. What's in the crisp? Whole wheat flour.
Whole wheat flour again.
Go ahead. Dump it
There's
in.
our whole grain.
Dump it in. Dump it in.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Oats.
Now, oats, you could use the quick oats or you could use the whole rolled oats.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, oats are a whole grain.
We'll do a whole thing of this.
Whole thing. A little brown sugar.
Whole
It's
thing
gonna
of this.
smell
too.
pleasant.
Your hands are going to smell great.
We'll do the hair.
You just go. Put it
Doesn't
on in.
it smell good? I can smell
Chopped
those apples and
walnuts. You
cinnamon.
can omit the walnuts if you're allergic to walnuts. You can put pecans, almonds, any type of nut.
Good way to get a lot of different
Baking
fiber
powder.
in there. And did you know walnuts are
Half of
actually a
that. Put
really
half of that in. There we
good
go.
nut?
Good. Now
to
baking
use.
soda.
Whole thing of that.
Yeah. Good. Now, some butter. We're going to put half a cup of butter in there. Good. Use a spoon. That looks perfect. Great. So now we have our apples mixed. Good. Put your hands right over there. All right.
You can see.
Good. You could dump that all in there. Yeah. There you go. Use that spoon.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Now. Great. Good job.
Ah, you
Oh,
have
don't look so scared. It's okay. Now you're going to mix it up. You're going to make the crumble. The crisp. Crisp or crumble? Interchangeable.
So when we mix all that up, look at that. That's
So
it's all
Marisa, come on,
clumping
Marisa. Get in there.
together.
Get in there. Get in there. Come on. Come on, Marisa. Come on.
Feels weird.
Get in there. What does it feel like?
How do you think I felt?
Feels gross.
You want to make sure you
Really?
have clean hands.
I
when
thought you
do it,
like
which
it.
You do.
Yeah. Go ahead. Get in there. Mix that all in. Feels
job.
crumbly? Oh, good, 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 good.
So that's
How's
that's
that
working
taste?
through.
All right, so once we have our apples seasoned, our topping mixed together, all right? We're going to put this in a 9 by 13 pan, top it with a crisp in the oven for about 30, 35 minutes. And then out comes the crisp.
Out comes our apple crisp. Yay! An easy fall dessert. How long will it take in the
It'll
oven?
take 35, 30, 35
Okay.
minutes, depends on your oven.
You guys think this is something you would make? You could make? Yeah, it's definitely a healthier version, healthier than our apple pie, right? Healthier than an apple pie?
For the
Yeah.
smell of it, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got those walnuts in there, and or a kind of a nut that you can put in there if you're not allergic. And they're high in magnesium, which we don't always get a lot of magnesium in our diet, and nuts are a good way to get that in. Healthy fats. Walnuts are a good source of omega-3 fatty acids.
Ready? Okay, let's have these. You gonna spoon some out for everyone? We'll let
spoon
Kaytlyn.
some
Yeah,
out for our
Kaytlyn.
friends.
Just be careful, it's a little warm. Just for everyone to try.
Does it matter how much?
Oh, I don't know. How hungry are you?
Do you want to try some? Of course,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Are you sure after all that?
I don't know.
Yeah? Okay.
What could be better? That
Not
nice
much.
smell of fall, right?
So what do we
of
think?
fall,
Anyone
we
have
think of
any-
apples
try
too.
it? Brett?
Thank you.
That's good. All right.
So what do you think? Good?
Now, would you make this at home?
Yeah.
Good.
I can't really say it.
Well, I was asking Brett, but I'll ask you next.
And some apples get mushier than others, don't they?
Macintosh will, if you use Granny Smith for, readily available, they'll stay a little firm, or a mixture of both is great. What do we think?
The apples are cold.
Well, you can
We
heat them
can
up a
eat
little
it
bit
cold.
longer. Breakfast.
You can even eat this for breakfast. It's got some
Yeah.
grain in it. It's got
See?
some
They're
fruit in it.
apples, they're fruits.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
And you
right,
can eat
then
it cold or warm.
There you have your apple crisp.
So today we showed you how to lighten up some of our favorite fall foods and recipes using fruits and vegetables in season, and like apples and sweet potatoes. And you can also buy some local vegetables and fruit and lighten those items up that you might be purchasing from your local markets. Feel free to stock up, and don't be afraid to make some of your favorite dishes and freeze them ahead for later. Thank you for joining us. We'd like to thank Chef Tom and our guests. We'll be back soon with another show featuring healthy Thanksgiving sides. Please join us.